Welcome to the video for Chapter 12 on solids. This is Lesson 1, Intro to Solids. How can we identify and name solid figures? Starting with some vocabulary, solids or solid figures are figures that enclose a part of space. Specifically, polyhedrons are solids with polygons as flat surfaces. So out of these four images, which of the above are polyhedrons? The first and the third are polyhedrons because they are the shapes that have polygons as their flat surfaces. Polyhedrons have specific parts. The faces are the two-dimensional surfaces. So in this case, it looks like we have a pentagon face at the top and the bottom, and then we have rectangle faces going around the sides. And the rectangle faces going around the sides are actually called the lateral faces. These are in prisms only, and we'll define prisms here in a minute. But these are those lateral parallelogram sides that are connecting the two pentagons. That's the lateral faces. This image has 7 total faces, a base at the top and bottom, that's a pentagon, and then 5 parallelogram faces going around the side. Edges are the segments where the faces intersect. So in this case, these lines are all going to be edges. Those are lateral edges. Actually, the ones that I've highlighted are the lateral ones. That's where the lines intersect the parallelograms. But there are other edges also. Each edge of the pentagon at the top and the bottom, those are the segments where all of those faces are intersecting. Lastly, in a polyhedron, the vertex is the point where 3 or more edges meet. So it is a point where all of these letters are naming a vertex that would be the vertices of that particular polyhedron. Now let's take a look at prisms versus pyramids and cylinders and cones too. Prisms and pyramids are types of polyhedrons. They are specifically solids with polygon bases. So in these examples here, prisms have parallel polygon bases connected with parallelograms, which are the lateral faces. Pyramids have a polygon base and triangles as their lateral faces. So out of these examples, the first and the third are not just polyhedrons, they are specifically a prism and a pyramid. Cylinders and cones are also things we're going to be looking at in Chapter 12. And so a cylinder has 2 parallel congruent circle bases, and the lateral surface area is curved, which could straighten to a rectangle. And cones are just like what you would think for an ice cream cone. They have 1 circular base and a vertex. So in these 4 images, the second one is a cylinder, and the fourth one is a cone. These are just some helpful images, different types of prisms and pyramids, so that's what we're going to be looking at here. So this has a triangle base, so this is called a triangular prism. This has a rectangle base, this is called a rectangular prism. This shape has a hexagon on the bottom and the top, and again, these triangular prisms have the same shape at the top and the bottom. So the top and bottom are the hexagonal, in this case, is a hexagon, so it's called a hexagonal prism. These shapes are called pyramids because they are one polygon that are connected with triangles at a vertex at the tip. So prisms versus pyramids, just some examples of those images. And this concludes your introduction to solids. And so how can we identify and name solid figures? Solids are generally identified and named for their base shape.